With the American Express Platinum Card, I can unlock experiences like no other. Since I'm always booking my next trip, I love that I can earn points on travel. Plus, I get a Resi benefit, so you know I'm hitting the restaurants everyone's talking about. And you can find out your welcome offer after you apply, which could be as high as 175,000 points. For experiences like no other, there's nothing like Platinum. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-platinum. Terms apply.
My name's Mackenzie, and I started a GoFundMe for the adoptive mother of a nonverbal autistic child. The mother had lost her job because she wasn't able to find adequate care for this autistic child. So she really needed some help with living expenses, paying some back bills. So I launched a GoFundMe to help support them during this crisis. And we raised about $10,000 within just a couple of months. I think that the surprising thing was by telling a clear story and just really being very clear about what we needed, we had some really generous donations from people who were really moved by the situation that this family was struggling with.
GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 200 million people. Start your GoFundMe today at GoFundMe.com. That's GoFundMe.com. GoFundMe.com. This podcast is supported by GoFundMe.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And thank you for subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I am your boy, 12 Kyle. Check this out. On this episode, what I'm going to talk about is the 80s versus 90s rap lineup. And I'll explain it to you in just a second. First and foremost, again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, I appreciate it. So I came to this concept because I'm actually in probably 2 or 3, and which is really probably 2 or 3 too many, hip hop group discussions on Facebook. You know, like you have those groups on Facebook where your friends put you in and you accept, and you don't ever comment. Or maybe it's just me. I don't ever comment on anything. Every now and then, if I see a post, I'll like it. That's about it. But I don't participate in those hip hop discussions because, quite honestly, those discussions aren't on my level. It's a bunch of young people or old people or in between people who are hip hop fans, but they're not really talking about the stuff that I want to talk about. But anyway, so I'm scrolling through Facebook one day. I was, and I came across this post, and I guess the best way that I can describe it is there were 5 boxes, right? And there were 5 boxes at the top, and then there were 5 boxes at the bottom, right? And in each box, there was a picture of a rapper. On the box at the top, it was just 80s rappers. And at the box on the bottom of the 5 rappers, it was 5 rappers from the 90s. And what they were asking was, if you had these rappers in their prime, and that's the key caveat here. These rappers in their prime, lyrically, who would be better? And so I took it upon the liberty of myself to take a screenshot of it, because I was like, that might not be a bad episode for the podcast. And of course, it's going to be subjective because, all of these discussions are always subjective. There's no right or wrong answer. But in each box, again, there was, rappers from the 80s and the 90s. And I was like, what, that would be dope. But instead of pitting all of the rappers from the 80s against all of the rappers from the 90s, what I wanted to do is do it individually, right? So on this episode, what I'm going to do is tell you how it was lined up, who was going against who, and who do I personally think would be better lyrically when they were in their prime. Now, again, we're talking lyrics. We're not talking about who had the most hits. who had the biggest videos, who won the most Grammys, who won the most Source Awards. We ain't talking about none of that shit, right? Strictly lyricism. And again, it's my opinion, right? Okay. So now that you've got the layout, this is how it's going to go. And these are no particular order. So number one, from the 80s, we have Ladies Love Cool James, aka LL Cool J. Right? From the 90s, we have the Notorious B.I.G. Okay? So again, we're talking their prime. So whatever you deem LL's prime to be, that's what we're talking. Biggie, unfortunately, is no longer with us. Rest in peace. But we're talking about Biggie in his prime, whatever time that was, until he was no longer with us. So if you take those two MCs and you say which is better, who was better lyrically, in my opinion, it's LL. LL Cool J. So that's one for the 80s. And at the end, we'll tally it up and see who wins, right? Box number 2. In box number 2 for the 80s, knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. That's right. We're talking Chris Parker, aka KRS-One. Okay. For the 90s, we're talking Sean Corey Carter, aka Jay-Z, Jigga, Hove, whatever you want to call him, Jay-Z from the 90s. Okay. Lyrically, in their prime, who is better? For me, in their prime, KRS-One. And I'm marking them off here on my little paper over here. So that's 2-0 for the 80s. Okay. Box 3. Big Daddy Kane. All right. From the 90s, Nasir Jones, aka Nas. Now, let me be clear, because I don't think I said this at the beginning. Let me be clear. When I say from the 80s, I'm not just talking about their music in the 80s. If I say from the 90s, I'm not just talking about their music in the 90s. I'm saying this is when they came out. So yeah, Jay-Z came out in the 90s, but I'm talking about prime Jay-Z, whatever time period that you figure is Jay-Z's time period of his prime, not this, this stuff he's putting out now. All right. So again, let me go back. 80s. Big Daddy Kane versus Nas. I think in their prime, I got to go with Nas. So right now, in the best out of 5, the 80s are up 2-1. Let's see if the 90s can bring it home. Or let's see if the 90s can get back in it, because right now they're down. All right. In the 80s, Rakim Allah. Okay. The God MC. In the 90s, Tupac Amaru Shakur, aka Tupac. All right. Which is the cover art that you see. You saw it because you clicked on this link to listen to this episode. In their prime, lyrically, I'm taking Rakim. So right now, the 80s are up 3-1. All right. Last box that we're going to talk about. Number 5. From the 80s, the cool genius of rap, aka Cool G Rap. All right. And from the 90s, Long Beach's own Calvin Brodus Jr., aka Mr. Let It Be Known, aka Snoop Dogg, or Snoop, from the 90s. Lyrically, in their prime, who's better? I'm taking Snoop Dogg. So the way that I see it, according to my calculations here, LL beat Biggie, KRS beat Jay-Z, Nas beat Big Daddy Kane, Rakim beat Tupac, and Snoop beat G-Rap. So that's 3 for the 80s and 2 for the 90s. Now, I'm sure if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. If you're listening to the podcast as you're taking a stroll, if you're on the gym, in the gym on the treadmill, there are probably a few of you who are cussing at me right now. I don't really care, but yeah, I think that's how it would go. That's how I would score it. Now, some of you, and I'll be honest, if you're talking and just revisiting it and looking at the list here, if you're talking LL and Biggie, that's tough. I'll be honest. It could go either way because Biggie's prime was very, very short. We're only talking about maybe a 3 or 4 year span here. However, Biggie, if you were outside when Biggie was alive, listen, it was what a time to be alive. But I think LL's prime LL, lyrically, I ain't talking about a battle. I ain't talking about, diss records. I ain't talking about who had the most ladies or who had the most singles. I think LL takes Biggie. I think lyrically LL takes Biggie. It's close. It's extreme. If you told me Biggie, you got Biggie over LL, hey, you get an argument from me. I'm sure the Jay-Z one is going to ruffle a few feathers, but I mean, and I love Jay. I just think prime KRS One lyrically. Let me just indulge you real quick. Aside from this exercise, right? I personally think lyrically KRS One is in my top 5. And I have him over Jay-Z. And Jay-Z's in my top 5. I don't have him. I got KRS One at 3. I got Jay-Z at 4. It is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to share this exercise with y'all. I may do this, or maybe I'll scour the internet and see if I can find one for R&B. This was kind of cool. It wasn't that difficult, but it was cool. Just the hip hop fan in me to jump into this. And then, obviously I had to put some music in this. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you didn't get the music part, so you may want to go to the audio, because if I put music on here, they're going to take it down. So I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's going to do it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for checking out this edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast. The podcast drops every Thursday at midnight. And from time to time, we drop bonus episodes on Sundays at midnight. If you feel so inclined, if you want to hit us up, you want to break us off with a little bit of money, hit us up on Cash App, $TWELVEKYLE. Again, that's going to do it for me. I am your boy, 12 Kyle, talking a little hip hop today on the 12 Kyle podcast. I'll catch you guys next time. 5G.
If you work in university maintenance, Grainger considers you an MVP because your playbook ensures your arena is always ready for tip-off. And Grainger is your trusted partner, offering the products you need all in one place, from HVAC and plumbing supplies to lighting and more. And all delivered with plenty of time left on the clock, so your team always gets the win. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, visit Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the new Weight Watchers, built for real life and real results, no matter what mode you're in. Maddie went all in for her big day and lost 33 pounds. Emily lost 85 pounds and hit her goal while still living her life.
Weight Watchers gave me the tools and I feel amazing.
Join the millions of members and lose weight with the #1 doctor-recommended weight loss program. Lose more at WeightWatchers.com.
At 6 months, participants in a clinical trial of Weight Watchers program lost an average of 12 pounds.